Hello, my name is Chioma Manafa. You're welcome to Let's Talk with Chioma Manafa. How are you today? Today I want us to talk about dream feeders, or you can call them dream enablers. And my own understanding about this, it's there are people, things, events, situations that act as enablers, that act as support, that act as motivators, that help you achieve your dreams, that help you achieve your goals. Miles Monroe was always saying that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. And there's this consistent encouragement people are giving to discover your purpose, discover your intent. Why are you here? What were you made for? Where are you going? What is it that makes you you? But when you discover that, you need enablers, you need people, you need things, you need events that will help you achieve those dreams, that will help you achieve those goals, that will help you achieve that purpose, that will help you become all that you're made to be, or all that you think you're made to be, and even much more. So today, what are those dream feeders? What are those dream enablers? What are those things that help you achieve purpose? First of all, I'll say, watch the people around you. What kind of people do you relate with? What kind of people do you listen to? What kind of people do you talk with? Do you associate with? What's your environment like? What's your community made up of? So when I talk about community, I'm talking about the friends, the people you spend time with, people you chat with, you talk with, whether via social media or in person, visually or in person. Who are they? Now, because what a man hears and what a man looks upon, one of the things that the sum total of things that make him, what you listen to, what you watch, they affect the way you think. And remember, dreams are the things of the mind. So if the mind is not well cultivated, if the things that feed the mind are things that, rather than boosting the mind, takes from the mind, rather than being manure, are weeds, and you need to get them out of your way. A wise man once said, and that should be my husband, Pastor Stephen Manafa once said, that in life there are people you have to meet, they are a must, and there are people you have to miss, like must. There are people you must meet in life to get to where you're going, and there are people you need to miss. Remember the last time we talked briefly in one of our episodes about dream killers? Those are people you need to miss. People that take rather than add. People that deplete rather than increase. You know who they are. You know those friends that once they visit and they are done, you feel emptied. You feel drained. You feel like you've gone back to ground zero. You feel like you've gone back to square one. You know who they are. Those are the people you need to miss. People you need to get out of your life. People you need to get out of your space. People you need to remove from your community, from your circle. They're not making you better. But there are people that once you're done talking with them, there's this spur to want to be more. There's this desire to want to get better. Sitting around them 5-10 minutes in a day has a way of putting you back on track. It pushes you to want to grow. They make you want to think and dream. They make you want to go back again to the drawing board and adjust some things. They want to make you want to be a better you. Those are the people you need to meet. And those are the dream enablers. Some other kind of people are those people that at every point in time has something intellectual to add to you. Anybody who's not contributing to your life intellectually, financially, spiritually, in a positive way, please get rid of them. They are not feeders, they are drainers. So we say feeders are people that you need to get to where you're going. Another set of feeders are people I call mentors and coaches. These are people who handhold you. People who have practically been there before. They've been there, they've seen it. They've gone through similar experiences also through in their lives. They also know people who have gone through the kind of experiences you're going through the path you're treading, your path you're going through. And they provide counsel. They provide you guidance. They handhold you. You know, oftentimes when we talk to people about getting mentors and coaches and all that, some persons think that mentors are just people who are supposed to be there to dish out money, who are supposed to be there to just give you handouts. No. Mentors are people you need to submit to. So look around you. You should be able to ask yourself, are there people who have achieved in areas where you have achieved? Are there people who have gone ahead of you in the same space? People who are right there at the top that you can look up to. Some of them may not be close by. Some of them may be far away. But thank God for social media. Thank God for technology. That gives you opportunity to reach out to those people, meet them at their own space without dragging them towards your own level. That gives you the opportunity to listen to them, to hear them. What I've been doing for a couple of months, for a period of time, I started going online to check. Are there women who achieved great feats late in life? Are there people who created a niche for themselves and made a mark in their lives at the later days? I'm in my mid-40s and I want to know, is it possible to dream again? Is it possible to even change it? Change a career path or start something altogether new? Like I told you, or like I said in one of my episodes, I really never wanted to be in a social space. I really never wanted to be in a social media space or get out there, talk to people. I just wanted to do my things, share my knowledge with the little circle I have, people I could reach in the church, in the youth forum, in the schools, wherever I find myself at any point in time. Not putting myself out there where anybody, anywhere in the world could access me. But I started asking myself, is it possible to learn or do something new at a late age? If mid-40s is late, it could be for some persons. It is for me. Thinking, owing to the fact that, like I said, I've been a dreamer. I like doing things. I was at the fast lane until a certain time when challenges of life, difficulties, limitations, setbacks gave me a punch and I had to slow down. Or I slowed down. I had to, but you have to. I slowed down and started questioning all the efforts, questioning all the zeal and the passion with which I had lived. So what I did was to begin to research these women, to read their biographies, to follow through their pages, find out their stories, how they made it, decisions they took, the ones that are out there in the public space. Some of them are dead and gone, some are still living, some I may never meet all my life. But what have I done? What I did was to use their stories as a beacon, as a guide. I begin to ask myself, if this person could push through, what is it that she did that helped her? What is it that facilitated her journey? What is it that made it easier? What is it that gave her acceleration? What is it that quickened her step, that moved her forward, that pushed her further and faster? What is it? And I began to discover, and I'm taking notes, and I'm beginning to apply those things to myself. So if you can actually find out mentors, people who work in your space, those are dream enablers. There are also people we call destiny helpers. People that God has placed in your path to help you get to where you're going faster. They may really not have achieved so much, so to say, but they actually could be door openers for you. They could actually know who has been there or has the resources that you need, that they don't need. There are people like that. People who you don't think, they are unassuming, but they may have the answers that you need. They are there. So you could actually reach out to them. And how do you do that? By networking, getting out there, talking to people, going for conferences, events, Speaking to people about your own dreams and aspirations also. That way, you can get to find these dream enablers. So, mentors are there, coaches are there, people who are willing to help and share their dream. I'm sharing mine. I'm a woman who's gone through, I don't know whether this word is right, but through thick and thin. I won't say I've seen it all, but I've had my own share of adversity. I've had my own share of toiling. I've had my own share of the bad days. I have had my own share of people throwing lemons at me. And what I happen to have done is to literally take that word. When life throws lemon at you, you make a lemonade out of it. I started asking myself, how do I go back? How do I prove to these naysayers that what it is that they desire for me and what they want me to be, I can disappoint them and become that which they think I can be, which is becoming a better version of myself. And I started working hard on myself. So today, we're talking about dream enablers. Are there people around you that you think could help you? Some of them you may think you may not be able to approach them. You can never tell. Give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? I will tell you they don't have the time. I can mentor you. I can't coach you. I can't handhold you. But when you keep knocking on doors, I'm sure, I'm certain someday, somehow, one will open. And there'll be somebody there to help you. Other things also that can help you as dream enablers is to sit down and to take a retrospect. Ask yourself, have I achieved anything in the time past? So we could call it past victories. They could be dream enablers also. When you evaluate what you've done in the time past, the achievements. I was talking to one of my daughters and we realized that there was a point in time when individually, we probably didn't even know about it, we're doing journaling, trying to write down what we've been through in life. Every day we write down how the day started, how it ended, how it went. And most times when you go back to those journals and you read about the faithfulness of God and you read about challenges that somehow you were able to surmount, difficulties you were able to deal with, things, mountains you were able to take down that seemed too high and too daring for you to do, and how you're able to get through those difficult times. What happens to you is that it stirs you up. It gives you this feeling like, if we did it before, we can do it again. So if you don't have a journal, there's something good about a human mind. Is strong, is deep, is what's the word? Is strong, is deep. You can always sit down and have a quiet time of thinking backwards, of taking a retrospect. How have you been able to come this far? What has kept you? Have you achieved anything? Have you met any of your goals? Are there feats you have conquered, difficulties you have surmounted? Are there gains you have made out of your pain? If there are you able to think through how you go through them? Those moments of retrospect, those moments of recounting the past, has a way of steering your heart to know that tomorrow could actually be better. To know that if we did it yesterday, we can do it today, and we can still go for it tomorrow. So we're talking about dream enablers. I've talked about mentors. I've talked about having a community of friends of like minds, people who want to succeed, who seem to be going somewhere, who wants to get where they're going to. And I also talked about your victories, your past victories. Have you bothered to ask yourself, why does every vehicle have a rear mirror? What it does is that it gives you a peek into your past. It shows you what has happened yesterday, how it could be better, how the victories of yesterday can be replicated today, probably in a different way. I don't know if I've said something to you, but look around. Another way also to help yourself with your dream is to pen it down. The book of Habakkuk, in the Holy Book, in the Bible, Habakkuk chapter 2, 2 to 3 says, take the vision, write it down, so that he that runneth may run with it. Write the vision, make it plain. Write that dream, make it plain. Put it in a place where you can always see it, within visible location, within eyesight, right? Yes. Where you can see it at every point in time, where you can read it, where you can go back to it. But you keep looking at it, somehow it keeps stirring in you the desire to go for it. Another thing is get accountability partner. And that's why I'm very particular about your community, about your network, about the friends, people you keep around you. Get accountability partner. People you can share these dreams with. People who believe in you, that you can share this dream with. That you can share this dream with. People who can once in a while ask you questions. How far have you come? Where are you stuck? What are you doing differently? You need such men. People who can put you on your toes. I'm wary when people have psychophants around them. So if you're in a journey of growing, probably you've gotten into a new space, you're trying to get better. Your dream enablers are people who will give you positive criticism, who will criticize you positively, not people who will keep clapping and applauding you even when you're making a mess of your life. You need such people around you. People who will look you in the face and say, guy, you didn't do it well here. Sis, you messed up at this point. You didn't get it right. It would have been better if you had done it this way. People who can call you to order, who can hold your legs to the fire. Those are your dream enablers. Those are your dream feeders. You know, we are in a society at a time where people are more comfortable having psychophants around them. People who keep applauding them even when they're heading towards the ditch. People who keep singing their praise. We're in a time when men's ears are itchy, waiting to hear what makes them feel good. If you want to get to that top, if you want to achieve your dream, if you want to become all that you're made to be, if you want to become more than what you think you are, achieve, get to the apex, to the climax, get to the top of the pinnacle. You need men who would once in a while hold your legs to the fire. See, let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I didn't want to begin to speak was because I was afraid of saying the wrong thing. I was afraid of people coming into my space. I've listened to quite a lot of YouTube messages or talks or whatever, and seen people criticize others mercilessly. I mean, mercilessly. I'm not talking about that kind of criticism, but sometimes also it is good. Listen to those people who say the nonsense about you. Don't throw it completely away. Take the sense and keep the none. You don't need the none, but you need the sense. In the midst of their nonsense, there will be something positive, something constructive that could help you, that could lay your hands on. So one of the things that kept it was like, with how brutal YouTubers are, right? That's what you call them. Yeah. With how brutal people could be on Twitter, on Instagram, on those social media space. I kept telling myself, man, I let somebody drag me on the mud like this. I rather stay within my comfort zone, within my safe space. But for how long? For how long? Why rise and die with your message when the world is waiting to hear you? Why rise and die without value when there are people out there waiting to be blessed, nurtured, and made better? Why rise and die with those giftings, those potentials, when you're the one that your generation is waiting for? Why? Because of what people will say? Let them say. Like I said, take the sense and ditch the none. So get people who will give you constructive criticism. Don't be afraid of it. Let people criticize you. Let them say the things you want to hear and the ones you don't want to hear. I mean, it's important. Why do we have seed? You say, get what you need and throw away the chaff. So sift through it and become a better person. So seek for those dream feeders, those dream enablers. I told you I had one. One woman who believed so much in me. You knew how well to give constructive criticism. She always tell me, Chioma, if you ask me, I wonder why she uses this phrase. Most times I try to use it when I talk to people also. It had a way of getting to me. If you ask me. So what she's saying, if you permit me, if you ask me, I would have said you should have done this way. If you ask me, I would have said you should have done this way. One of the things she told me on a Friday before she passed on a Sunday, and I told her I wasn't willing to speak in a women retreat that we had. So I wanted to just sit and listen. I didn't want to speak. I wanted to just stay within the dark. I don't want to get out there. She got really offended and she raised her voice and said, you can't sit in the dark. You should be out there. Men need to hear you. Don't do that. Then she quietly calmed down and said, if you ask me, I would say, please get out there and die empty. Don't hold back. I don't forget those words. Each time I remember them, they make me get emotional. And while I was grieving her passing, something kept asking me, if she was here, what would she have wanted you to do? You need such dream enablers around you. People who will tell you the truth even though it hurts. People who will hold your hands and tell you it is well. People who will come to you when you fall and help you get up. And also encourage you and let you know that you're falling doesn't mean you're a failure. You need them around you. They are your dream enablers. You need your past victories and failures. You need the ability to be able to assess yourself, assess your past, how far you've come, what helped you, what didn't help you. Those are important in your life in getting to see your dream come true. Please find them. While I look forward to seeing you at the top. You can also DM me, we can talk. Get into my space. Send me a personal message. Talk to me if you want to. I'll be there. If I can't offer any advice, I could at least give my ear and my shoulder for you to lean on. God bless you. As you look within your space and around you, find those dream enablers and feeders and get them into your space and work towards being your best. Dare to dream again, dear. Dare to dream again. God bless you. See you some other time.